Eric, we're gonna shoot your training video. Start out with the trailer. It's a 7x12 with 5,200 pound axles. You've got the spare tire on there. Your system itself, we're gonna follow the water flow. You got a 525 gallon algae proof tank on here, an 8.5 gallon a minute, 3,500 PSI hot water pressure water. So it's going to suck the water from your tank. It's gonna come up to your inlet filter here. When this is dirty, you clean it out. The one thing I want you to be conscious of, there is an O-ring inside of here. Don't lose the O-ring when you go to clean it out. From your filter, it goes up to your cap pump you wanted. From your pump, it goes to your unloader valve. I know on smaller pressure washers, you can adjust these for pressure. We do not want you messing with this. It serves two purposes. We set it properly for the pressure, but it's also a bypass system. So when we're pulling the trigger, water's gonna be coming out your gun. When you let off of it, it dumps back to your tank. That prevents any head pressure, so you're fine being off the trigger for periods of time. From your unloader valve, it goes up to your coil. We'll talk about the hot water in a minute. Out of your coil, it comes out of your jumper hose. It comes back here, and it splits off of your two reels. You can run one gun at 8 gallons a minute or two guns at 4 gallons a minute. When we're operating one gun, we want to put a high pressure ball valve or a wand on the other one to stop the water flow. You got your garden hose reel right here. You hook that up, it's gonna automatically fill up your tank, and then there's a float valve inside of your tank that's gonna automatically shut it off when it fills up with water. All right, let's talk about cranking procedures. First, most important thing, since this is a hot water unit, I know other small engines, you throttle them down when you crank it. You do not mess with the throttle. There's actually a sticker on here, it says it, so we never mess with the throttle right here. You're gonna pull your choke out, turn it over, push your choke back in. It's simple as that, cranks it up. When you fire it up, look at your filter. Give it about 10 or 15 seconds. It is an auto priming pump, but if there's a little air stuck in there, or there's some kind of issue, if you do not see this priming after about 15 seconds, go ahead and shut it down and give me a call. First thing we're gonna talk about is chemical. So you've got chemical injectors on each of the reels. You'll have chemical lines in your toolbox. There's a little brass barb right here. You just press the chem line over that, and then you can either drop the drop stick down into your chemical tank or whatever chemical you want to draw. Whatever you put this in, it's going to draw. The way we activate our chemical injector are two ways. First way I want to show you. This is a J-rod nozzle. It's 4 nozzles welded together. You can see that this nozzle and this nozzle have significantly larger orifices than these two nozzles. Simple concept. You got your thumb on a garden hose. The more you press it on there, the higher the pressure. Your chemical injector can detect when there is low pressure. So this is a chemical nozzle and this is a chemical nozzle. This one's gonna shoot about 60 feet. This one's a short range one. So outer two are chemical, inner two are rinse. Just by putting these nozzles in, it's gonna activate your chemical injector. These two are gonna shut it off. The other way to do your chemical, this is your dual lance wand. I've got a high pressure tip in here right now. This is a chemical tip. When your knob is turned all the way back, water's only flowing out of your high pressure tip, not drawing chemical. As I turn it forward, it opens up this valve so both of them are open, creating a bigger orifice by opening up your chemical line right here, and it starts drawing chemical. This wand is also great for just reducing the pressure. It is fine to suck air through your chemical injector, so you can use this. This thing's got a ton of kick to it. You can use this just to lower down the pressure if you want lower pressure when you're getting into tight areas. The other things with the chemical injectors, when you get done, I want you dropping this in a little bucket of water, putting a chemical line in, sucking some water through your chemical injector, and then the way to make your chemical injectors last the longest, when you get back at the shop at the end of the day, shoot a little WD-40 or Croil oil down inside your actual chemical injector there. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is heat. What is the purpose of hot water? Hot water is for cleaning carbon-based stains, grease, oil, road grime, tar, your heavy equipment, trucks. We're always going to crank the machine up cold water first, make sure everything's operating properly. You've got a thermostat right here. I always want you starting out at 150 degrees. If that's doing the job, great. If it's something really greasy, really oily, crank it up to 175. There's no need to go above 175. It's got the capability, but you're gonna burn hoses and O-rings, and it's just not necessary for cleaning carbon-based stains. If for some reason you get into sanitizing, It has the capability to go higher, but for standard oil stains, 150 to 175 is going to be your temperature range. So we have the machine turned on, my thermostat set. Once everything's running, I turn my burner on. Once you flip it on, the burner does not activate until you pull the trigger, okay? So we'd be pulling our trigger, burner's on, takes about 30 seconds to heat up. You can use hot water as long as you want. When you get done, we're gonna come over here, shut our burner off, and then you're gonna hold your trigger for about 30 to 60 seconds. You can touch the metal on your wand until it's cool to the touch. You've cooled the whole system down. All right, we covered chemical, we covered heat. You've also got your filtration system right here. I'll double check and let you know, I believe it's a 2-inch cam lock. You'll just hook your trash pump or whatever you want to suck. This will be able to fill this really fast. And your extra filters for your pump are going to be in here. All right, let's talk about maintenance on your pressure washer. You have a 12-gallon gas tank, 12-gallon diesel tank. Your Honda engine runs off gas, your burner runs off diesel. We want you running non-ethanol gas or put stable in the gasoline. The ethanol that's in gasoline now can clog up small engine carburetors. That's going to keep your engine running good for a long time. Diesel's for the burner, on or off-road diesel or kerosene. All right, real simple maintenance schedule. If I turn my engine to on, not start, you've got a digital hour meter underneath there. Every 50 hours, we're going to change our engine oil. You change it out right here. And we're going to change your oil filter right here. So 50, 100, 150, I'm changing my engine oil and I'm changing my oil filter. At 200 hours, we're going to change our air filter, our fuel filter, our pump oil, and you can just call me to walk you through how to do that. And then we're also going to change your diesel fuel filter. At a minimum 200 hours right here. If this thing looks all gunked up, they're not expensive, they're 10 or 15 bucks, go ahead and pop a new filter in there, but at a minimum every 200 hours. The last thing with maintenance is how to winterize it. So winterization is pretty simple. I'm gonna go ahead and take the ball valve off of the back right here. So it's free flowing. I've got nothing on this hose, nothing on this hose. We're gonna come over here. You're going to drain the water out of your tank on this one. Watch your feet there, watch your feet there. And then we're gonna shut the ball valve going off to your machine. On the back of your pump, you've got a Schrader valve. Just like a bicycle tire. It's got a little cap on it. Or take that little cap on it, off of it. Just like you're filling up a bicycle tire, we're gonna push air into here. When we push air, it's gonna try to go back to your tank, but we get that ball valve shut. So immediately when we're pushing air in here, water is going to start shooting out of your hoses in the back. In about 60 seconds, it's going to go from water to shooting air. Wait till it's the last drop. Keep pushing all the air out of there. Once air is shooting out of your hoses in the back, the last thing you need to do, take this filter off, put it in your toolbox. You've now removed all the water from your entire system. It's winterized. Now the nice thing about these blowout valve winterization systems is you have the capability, we get the days where it's 25 at night, and 60 the next day. So the next day, you can fill it right back up with water. Now the one thing, sometimes when we blow them out, a little bit of air will get trapped in this pump. Won't happen every time, but back to my point of when you're cranking it, look at this filter. If it's not priming right away, you need to fill your water tank higher than the pump. And I've got a couple cheat ways for you. If that happens to you, just call me. We'll get it primed back up. The one other thing, when we push air through your coil, it creates something called scale, really tiny little metal pieces. I want you removing your jumper hose right here. When we crank it up, black water is gonna shoot out of here for about 10 or 15 seconds. Once it goes, that's just the scale coming out. Once the black water stops, it goes to clear water. Go and shut your machine down. You can hook your jumper hose back up, get to work. I like to tell people all the dumb stuff I've done so you don't have to do it. These toolboxes are awesome. Our trucks have lift gates, so we were a lot more prone to this. If you straight jackknife this trailer, it's gotta be a true jackknife. The butt of your truck can hit the corner of this. Your truck will be fine, but it'll dent the toolbox, so don't jackknife the trailer on here. The one other important tip I like to tell everybody, properly tying down the hose in the back. Dragging a hose down the interstate is not a fun day. I'm gonna have it zip tied for your ride out there, but once you wind it up, you find the last loop, pull a knot through all your hoses, and it's got a lock on the back of the reel. So, gonna find the last loop, pull a lock in it. Last loop, pull a knot in it. You got your spare tire on here, and obviously there are electric reels. Any more questions, just give me a call. Good luck with your Mud Dog trailer. Thanks.